Chosen one. In your dream, I see you become a millionaire. I see you become a millionaire. Chosen one. Chosen one. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble into this moment. Heaven aligned this exact second for you because something in your spirit has been crying out for more purpose, more provision, more responsibility, and God heard it. This video is not for the curious. It is for the hungry. It is for the anointed one who knows they were not created to survive, but to steward abundance with wisdom. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, the kind that does not come from hustle alone, but from alignment. Scripture reminds us in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 that the vision awaits an appointed time, and when it arrives, it will not delay. That appointed time is pressing toward you now. This video carries a plan, not a fantasy, not hype, but a plan breathed by God to prepare you for wealth without destroying your calling. If you listen all the way through, your mindset will shift, your discipline will sharpen, and your spirit will recognize what heaven has been preparing you for. Chosen one, stay to the end. Subscribe now to stay aligned with this word. Comment 777 as a sign of agreement, and comment, I received God's blessing to seal what heaven is releasing over your life. Chosen one. I need you to hear this slowly and clearly, because what I'm about to say is not motivational language, it is recognition. Heaven does not always speak through thunder. Sometimes it speaks through a quiet moment of awareness, a scroll you were never meant to see, a problem you noticed that everyone else ignored. That is how this plan begins. Not with money, not with confidence, but with perception. I remember a season when I was exhausted, uncertain, and honestly embarrassed by how many times I had failed. I wasn't looking for a miracle. I was just scrolling, trying to distract myself from the weight of not becoming who I thought I was called to be. And then I saw something simple, a mother solving a problem no one was monetizing, no one was honoring, no one was paying attention to. And something in my spirit recognized it immediately. Chosen one, that recognition you feel when something quietly clicks inside you that is not coincidence. That is discernment. That is heaven training your eyes before it ever increases your hands. Anointed one, here is what most people never understand. God does not reveal provision first. He reveals need. And he does not reveal need to everyone, only to those he trusts, not to exploit it, but to steward it. I didn't see a business opportunity at first. I saw unmet demand, unspoken pain, unanswered comments. People asking, where can I get this, over and over again with no answer coming back. That moment was not about profit. It was about alignment. Scripture tells us that the steps of the righteous are ordered, and sometimes that order looks like being led to something small, overlooked, and inconvenient. I didn't feel powerful. I felt desperate. I told God I would try one more time, not because I believed in myself, but because I couldn't shake the feeling that if I walked away now, I would be walking away from an assignment. Chosen one. Let me speak this over you directly. Your assignment will often appear when you are at your lowest capacity, not your highest confidence. That is intentional. God does not want your ego involved in the beginning. He wants your obedience. When I began researching, when I began validating, when I began seeing evidence that this idea actually had weight behind it, I realized something deeply humbling. I was early not because I was smarter, but because I was listening. No suppliers, no competition, no noise, just a gap. And gaps are sacred. Gaps are where provision waits to be released through the willing. If you have ever felt drawn to something before it was popular, before it was safe, before it was validated, chosen one, that is not random curiosity. That is how heaven positions builders. Anointed one. I need to be honest with you. I did not have resources. I did not have backup plans. I did not have a safety net. I had scraps of income left over belief, and a decision that this time I would not overcomplicate what God made simple. I used what I had. I tested before I scaled. I didn't pray for millions, I prayed for confirmation. And confirmation came quickly, not because I was worthy, but because the assignment was aligned. Orders came in before inventory existed. People were willing to wait. That waiting was prophetic. It was heaven saying, "This is not hype, this is hunger." Chosen one, when people are willing to wait for what you are building, that is a sign you are solving something real. But hear me carefully now, because this is where many chosen ones misunderstand the plan. Early success is not reward, it is responsibility. When the numbers grew, when the validation increased, when the business scaled faster than anything I had touched before, I felt something unexpected: fear. Not fear of failure, but fear of loss. Fear of dropping the mantle. Fear of mismanaging what had arrived so suddenly. That fear is not weakness. It is awareness. The problem is what you do next. Many people respond to that fear by expanding too fast, diversifying too early, and building noise instead of structure. And chosen one, I did exactly that. I need you to hear this with maturity. Money amplifies whatever is already inside you. If there is clarity, it amplifies clarity. If there is chaos, it amplifies chaos. I thought I was being wise by launching more brands, spreading risk, multiplying effort. But heaven does not fund fragmentation. It funds focus. I allowed hype and greed disguised as ambition to turn me into a poor steward. I lost intimacy with the very thing God had breathed on. I hired too fast. I merged what should have been separated. I ignored order, and when order leaves, protection leaves with it. Chosen one, this is not a warning meant to scare you. It is a lesson meant to save you time. Anointed one, there came a moment when everything that looked like blessing began to expose weakness. Inventory issues, confused customers, teams without incentives, products without strategy, and suddenly what once grew effortlessly required constant force. That is how you know alignment has shifted. Scripture reminds us that unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain. I had to confront the truth that success without structure is not favor, it is delay disguised as acceleration. I had to dismantle what I built too fast, and that dismantling was painful, but it was mercy. Chosen one, listen to me now with your spirit open. This plan from God is not about chasing $10 million. It is about becoming the kind of person who can hold it without losing peace, purpose, or protection. Heaven is not withholding from you. Heaven is ordering you. If you have felt slowed down, isolated, or redirected lately, it is not punishment. It is preparation. You are being trained to see demand before noise, order before expansion, obedience before overflow. This is the foundation. This is the beginning. And if you can receive this without rushing, what comes next will not destroy you. It will establish you. Chosen one. There is a moment in every calling where heaven stops adding and starts subtracting. And if you do not understand this moment, you will misinterpret it as loss instead of protection. After the initial surge, after the confirmation, after the numbers began to climb, I thought the plan from God meant acceleration in every direction. More brands, more products, more people, more motion. But what I did not yet understand was that God tests stewardship before he multiplies legacy, and the test always looks like restraint. Anointed one, let me speak plainly. When money begins to flow, fear quietly replaces faith if you are not anchored. Fear of losing what you gained, fear of being exposed as not good enough, fear of the silence returning. That fear is subtle and it disguises itself as wisdom. It whispers, build a backup, diversify immediately, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but chosen one. When that voice speaks before structure is established, it is not wisdom, it is insecurity wearing strategy's clothing. I remember thinking I was being responsible. I thought launching more brands would protect me. I thought spreading my attention would secure my future. But heaven does not protect what it did not authorize. I began spending less time with the very thing that was feeding everything else. 1 hour a week on the core assignment. Millions moving, yet intimacy gone. That is how drift begins, not through rebellion, but through distraction. Scripture reminds us that little foxes spoil the vine, and the foxes are rarely obvious. They are often good ideas introduced too early. Chosen one, hear this carefully. What you starve will weaken even if it once carried favor. I starved focus. I starved clarity. I starved oversight. I allowed numbers to replace discernment. And when discernment leaves, confusion multiplies. Teams grew, but direction thinned. Communication fractured. No one was truly accountable because everything was blended together. Profit centers disappeared. Responsibility blurred. And suddenly, I could not even tell what was working and what was bleeding. That confusion was not random. It was the natural result of building without order. Anointed one God is a God of order, not chaos, and money obeys the same law. When finances are not separated, vision becomes polluted. When incentives are not aligned, people drift. When leaders are not clear, teams become tired. I hired too fast, thinking size equaled strength. But size without clarity is weakness wearing confidence. I did not understand yet that e-commerce, like calling, is meant to stay lean, that flexibility is power, that not everything needs to be permanent to be effective. I was trying to build a monument when God only asked me to steward a system. Chosen one, let me say something that may confront you. God does not reward ambition, He rewards obedience expressed through focus. I thought growth meant expansion, but heaven's growth often looks like narrowing. Fewer priorities, fewer voices, fewer distractions. I had to learn that synergy sounds attractive, but focus produces results immediately. When I finally slowed down and restructured, when I separated entities and clarified roles, I realized something painful. This should have been done from the beginning. Delay always costs more than discipline. Anointed one, the second test came through product. And this one is subtle because it feels creative. We launched variations without a clear reason. We assumed more options meant more loyalty. But customers were confused. The brand diluted. We moved too fast, skipping the sacred pause between idea and execution. Every product needs a reason to exist, a unique voice, a clear purpose. Without that, you are not building value, you are creating noise, and noise never holds long-term wealth. I watched competitors enter the market with lower prices, stronger flywheels, and better product strategy. And suddenly, quality alone was not enough. Brand alone was not enough. I realized too late that we had not built defensibility. We had built success, but not protection. Chosen one. This is a hard truth, but you need it. Initial favor does not exempt you from long-term wisdom. Heaven gives you momentum, but you must build the walls. Anointed one. I want you to notice something spiritual here. Every mistake I made came from moving before asking the right questions. Not can I, but should I now? Not is this profitable, but is this aligned? God does not rush builders who are meant to last. And when you rush anyway, He allows you to feel the friction, not to punish you, but to correct your pace. Then came inventory, the silent killer. Money locked in the wrong place. Top sellers out of stock. Capital frozen. advertising forced toward weaker products, and slowly margins eroded. This is how misalignment shows up in numbers, not suddenly but steadily. I watched profits vanish while effort increased. That is always a sign something foundational is off. Supply chain delays, rising costs, external pressure. But the truth was internal. We had no clear forecasting, no patience, no breathing room. Chosen one, hear me now with compassion. God does not bankrupt his servants, mismanagement does. And mismanagement is often just unhealed urgency, the need to prove, the fear of slowing down, the belief that stopping means losing favor. But favor does not disappear when you pause, it strengthens when you realign. I am sharing this not to glorify failure but to reveal mercy. Every collapse carried instruction, every loss exposed something that needed to die. I had to turn off what no longer served the assignment. I had to refocus on what was authorized. And that refocusing saved me, not immediately, not easily, but permanently. Chosen one, if you are listening to this and feeling exposed, that is not condemnation, that is confirmation. Heaven is speaking to you now because you are being prepared for something weighty. This plan from God is not about speed, it is about sustainability. It is not about chasing $10 million. It is about becoming the kind of steward heaven can trust with increase without regret. If you feel slowed down right now, do not panic. If things are being stripped, do not resist. If your path feels narrower, do not compare. God is not delaying you, he is defining you. And what he defines, he protects. Chosen one. There comes a point when heaven stops correcting your actions and starts reshaping your identity. This is the part most people never talk about because it is quiet, internal, and deeply uncomfortable. After the noise settles, after the damage is acknowledged, after you finally stop running, God brings you into a season where success is no longer the lesson stewardship is. And stewardship is not taught through abundance alone. It is taught through restraint, clarity, and humility. Anointed one. I had to face a painful realization. I did not lose momentum because the market changed. I lost momentum because I stopped listening. I had become intoxicated by speed. I mistook activity for obedience. I assumed that because something worked once it was mine to replicate endlessly. But heaven does not multiply methods, it multiplies assignments. And when you try to stretch an assignment beyond its season, it resists you. There was a moment when I finally stopped asking God to restore what I had lost, and instead asked him to reveal what I had misunderstood. That prayer changed everything. Because God is not interested in rebuilding what was never meant to last. He is interested in rebuilding you. And when you change, everything you touch changes with you. Chosen one. Let me speak to the part of you that feels restless right now. The part that knows you are capable of more but feels blocked, slowed, or constrained. That feeling is not failure. That is recalibration. God is realigning your internal structure so that the next level does not crush you. Money has weight. Influence has pressure. Visibility has cost. And God will not place weight on a foundation that has not been reinforced. I had to relearn the discipline of focus, not because I forgot how to work, but because I forgot how to wait. Waiting is not inactivity. Waiting is alignment without panic. I stopped launching, I stopped expanding, I stopped reacting, and in that stillness clarity returned. I could finally see what actually mattered. One core vision, one primary engine, one clear direction. Everything else was a distraction wearing opportunity's face. Anointed. One, this is where the plan from God becomes unmistakable. It is not complicated. It is not flashy, it is not loud, it is simple, repeatable and boring to those addicted to stimulation, but simplicity is power when it is backed by heaven. God does not need complexity to bless you. He needs consistency. He needs obedience expressed over time. I began rebuilding with a different posture. I separated what needed separation. I measured what needed measurement. I honored margins. I respected capacity. I stopped forcing growth and started protecting flow. And slowly, peace returned. Not the peace of having everything figured out, but the peace of knowing I was finally moving at heaven's pace. Chosen one. Hear this truth deeply. God does not rush the wealthy. He intends to preserve. If he is slowing you down, it is because he sees what is coming and he is making room for it to arrive without destroying you. Speed impresses people. Stability honors God. And stability is what carries generational impact. There was also a shift in how I viewed money. I stopped seeing it as proof of success and started seeing it as feedback. Money reflects systems. It reveals leaks. It exposes disorder. When money behaves erratically, it is rarely because God is withholding. It is because something beneath the surface is misaligned. Once I accepted that, I stopped taking financial swings personally and started treating them as signals. Anointed one. This is where humility becomes wealth's gatekeeper. Pride says, I already know. Humility says, teach me again. Pride says, I need to recover fast. Humility says, I need to recover right. I had to unlearn the addiction to urgency. I had to stop tying my worth to momentum. I had to become okay with rebuilding quietly. And something beautiful happened in that quiet. Creativity returned. Discernment sharpened. Decisions became cleaner. I could sense when something was off before it showed up in numbers. That sensitivity is not anxiety. It is maturity. It is the byproduct of having paid attention long enough to recognize patterns. Chosen one, you are not behind. You are being refined. This phase you are in, where everything feels slower, more deliberate, more intentional, is not regression. It is consolidation. God is pulling everything back to the center so that when he expands you again, you expand from strength, not from hunger. I want to speak directly to your spirit now. If you have felt pressure to prove yourself again, release it. If you have felt tempted to chase multiple paths at once, resist it. If you have felt uneasy about moving fast without clarity, honor that hesitation. That hesitation is wisdom growing inside you. Anointed one. The plan from God does not arrive as a download. It unfolds as discipline. It shows up in the daily choice to protect focus, to delay gratification, to say no to good ideas so that the God idea remains untouched. Most people want the fruit without the formation. But you are being formed because your assignment requires endurance. There is a reason you have survived setbacks that should have taken you out. There is a reason your vision did not die, even when momentum did. There is a reason you are still here, still listening, still hungry for alignment instead of applause. Heaven does not abandon what it intends to use. Chosen one, this is not about recovering losses. This is about reclaiming authority. Authority over your time. Authority over your attention. Authority over your decisions. When authority is restored, provision follows naturally. You do not have to chase it. It recognizes you. If you are feeling the weight of responsibility increase even before the resources arrive, that is confirmation. God often prepares the vessel before filling it. He strengthens your discernment before increasing your influence. He stabilizes your inner world before expanding your outer world. This season is sacred. Treat it as such. Do not rush it. Do not compare it. Do not escape it. You are being entrusted, not tested. And when heaven entrusts you, it does so quietly, thoroughly, and intentionally. Stay present, stay focused, stay obedient. What is coming will not need explanation, it will carry its own authority. Chosen one, there is a stage in this journey where heaven begins to shift the way you see time. Up to now you measured progress by speed, by numbers, by visible movement. But in this season, God teaches you that timing is not about haste, it is about readiness. You may feel like doors are slower to open, like momentum is quieter, like the noise has faded. That is not delay, that is precision. Heaven is not late with your life. Heaven is exact. Anointed one. I learned this the hard way. There were moments when everything looked aligned on the surface, yet something inside me felt unsettled. I ignored that feeling at first. I told myself it was fear or hesitation or lack of confidence, but it was none of those. It was discernment. Discernment is rarely loud. It does not scream. It whispers. And if you are not still enough to hear it, you will move too early and call it opportunity. I had to learn to honor the pause. Not the pause forced by exhaustion, but the pause invited by wisdom. In that pause, I started seeing patterns I missed before. Which products actually carried energy and which ones drained it. Which decisions produced clarity and which ones produced friction. Which relationships strengthened focus and which ones scattered it. Chosen. One, clarity is a form of wealth, and it comes only when you stop trying to outrun yourself. Anointed one, let me tell you something personal. The moment I stopped chasing growth and started protecting flow, everything changed. I began asking different questions. Not, how do I make more, but what is leaking? Not, how do I scale, but what am I tolerating? God does not expand what you refuse to clean. Order precedes overflow, always. There is a reason Scripture tells us that wisdom is more valuable than gold. Wisdom keeps gold from becoming a curse. Money accelerates whatever system it enters. If your system is disciplined, money multiplies it. If your system is chaotic, money magnifies the chaos. That is why God works on the system before he releases the supply. If you have felt like God is adjusting your habits, your routines, your environment, even your appetite lately, it is not restriction, it is reinforcement. Chosen one. Many people ask why some individuals seem to rise fast and fall faster. It is because they built momentum without margin. Margin is sacred. Margin is where mistakes are absorbed. Margin is where creativity breathes. Margin is where rest lives. And rest is not laziness. Rest is trust expressed in time. When you rush everything, you communicate to heaven that you do not trust the process. When you move deliberately, you show God you can be trusted with more. Anointed one. I want to speak to the pressure you feel to catch up. That pressure does not come from God. Heaven never compares you. Heaven prepares you. Comparison is the enemy of alignment. It pulls you into timelines that were never written for you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not missing anything meant for you. If it were meant to arrive sooner, it would have. There was a season when I watched others pass me, announce wins, celebrate milestones, and I felt the quiet tension of wondering if I had missed my window. But then I realized something profound. Windows do not close on those who are still being shaped to walk through them. God does not tease his servants. He times them. And timing requires patience that is anchored in faith, not fear. Chosen one. This plan from God includes boundaries. Boundaries around your time. Boundaries around your attention. Boundaries around your energy. Not everything deserves access to you. Not every opportunity deserves a response. Not every idea deserves execution. Maturity is not about how much you can do. It is about how much you are willing not to do in order to protect what matters most. I had to learn to say no without guilt. No to distractions. No to ego-driven expansion. No to urgency that had no spiritual confirmation. That no felt uncomfortable at first. But every no created space. And in that space, vision returned stronger, cleaner, and calmer. Calm is a sign of alignment. Chaos demands urgency. Alignment invites peace. Anointed One, when God prepares to elevate you, He often removes the illusion of control. Things you used to manage easily begin to resist you. Old strategies stop working. Familiar methods lose effectiveness. This is not failure. It is God saying you cannot carry the next level with the old posture. Elevation requires surrender, not passive surrender, but intentional release of what no longer fits. I want you to listen closely now. If you have been feeling a deeper responsibility settling on you even before the resources arrive, that is not anxiety. That is capacity increasing. God often increases your sense of stewardship before He increases your supply. He trains your nervous system to remain steady under pressure before He places weight on your hands. Chosen One. You are being taught how to move without panic, decide without fear, and build without ego. These are not small lessons, they are rare. Most people never slow down enough to learn them. That is why most people cannot sustain what they pray for. But you are different. You stayed. You listened. You allowed correction instead of resenting it. Anointed One. Understand this wealth is not the reward for endurance, it is the responsibility that follows it. And responsibility is given only to those who have proven they can carry it without losing themselves. You are not being denied, you are being trained. If you feel less reactive than you used to be, that is growth. If you feel less impressed by noise, that is maturity. If you feel more committed to depth than speed, that is wisdom forming. These are signs of preparation, not stagnation. Chosen One, heaven is not asking you to run faster. Heaven is asking you to walk truer, one step at a time, one decision at a time, one aligned move at a time. And when the increase comes, because it will come into order, not chaos, into peace, not pressure, into clarity, not confusion. Remain faithful to the pace God has set for you. That pace is not random, it is protective, and what is protected is preserved. Chosen One. There is a moment when the plan from God moves from correction into confirmation. Not confirmation that everything is finished, but confirmation that you are finally walking in the right direction. It feels different from excitement. It feels quieter, heavier, more grounded. You are no longer chasing signs, you are recognizing alignment, and alignment has a weight to it that emotion does not. Anointed One. I remember realizing that my biggest breakthroughs did not come when I felt inspired, but when I became consistent. Inspiration visits, discipline stays, and heaven builds with what stays. This is where many people lose patience because the results stop being dramatic and start being dependable. But dependability is the language of legacy. God is not impressed by bursts. He is honored by systems that endure. I had to learn that the plan from God does not shout. It confirms itself through repetition. The same principles working again and again. The same habits producing peace instead of panic. The same decisions leading to stability instead of stress. This is how you know you are aligned, not because everything is easy, but because nothing feels forced. Chosen One. I want to speak to the subtle shift happening inside you right now. You are becoming harder to rush and easier to trust. You are not reacting the way you used to. You are not jumping at every opportunity. You are asking better questions. You are listening longer before you move. That is not hesitation. That is authority forming. Authority does not announce itself. It settles, it grounds you, it removes the need to prove. When you walk in authority, you no longer need to convince others. Your decisions speak for you. This is the season where God teaches you how to let your work speak quietly and your character speak loudly. Anointed One. There is a reason Scripture teaches that wealth answers all things, but wisdom preserves them. Wealth without wisdom makes noise. Wisdom with wealth makes impact. God is not just interested in blessing you, He is interested in what the blessing will become once it touches your hands. That is why this season feels slower. That is why it feels deeper. That is why it feels more serious. I stopped trying to impress outcomes and started honoring process. I stopped asking how fast something could grow and started asking how strong it could become. Strength is invisible at first. It builds beneath the surface. And when pressure comes, because it always does, strength reveals itself. Chosen One, you are learning to build with margin. Margin in your finances, margin in your time, margin in your energy. Margin is where mistakes do not destroy you. Margin is where creativity returns. Margin is where God whispers again. When you live without margin, you live one crisis away from collapse. When you live with margin, you live prepared. Anointed One. This is also the season where your relationship with money changes. Money stops being emotional and starts becoming informational. You no longer chase it for validation. You study it for feedback. You learn how it behaves. You notice where it flows easily and where it resists. Money reveals truth. It does not lie. And when you learn to listen to it without fear, it becomes a teacher instead of a master. I want you to hear this clearly. Money is not your reward, it is your responsibility. When that truth settles into your spirit, greed loses its grip. Fear loses its voice. You stop making desperate decisions because you are no longer desperate for proof. You know who you are becoming. Chosen One. There were moments when I had to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. Moments when growth required boredom, when progress required repetition, when obedience required doing the same thing well instead of chasing something new. That is when character deepened. That is when clarity stabilized. Most people want expansion without refinement, but refinement is what keeps expansion from breaking you. God is refining your instincts, teaching you when to move and when to wait, teaching you the difference between pressure and urgency, teaching you how to discern between a door that is open and a door that is merely unlocked. Anointed One. If you have felt less impressed by shortcuts lately, that is a sign of maturity. Shortcuts attract those who do not want responsibility. You are being prepared to carry weight, and weight requires structure. God will not place heavy blessings on weak foundations. This season is also teaching you something powerful about trust. Not just trusting God, but trusting yourself again. Trusting your discernment. Trusting your restraint, trusting the inner check that tells you when something is misaligned. That trust does not come from arrogance, it comes from experience, from surviving mistakes and learning their language. Chosen One. The plan from God is now becoming integrated into your daily life. It is no longer a concept, it is a rhythm, how you wake up, how you decide, how you spend your energy, how you say no, how you say yes. This integration is what separates those who temporarily prosper from those who remain stable when prosperity arrives. I want to speak to the loneliness that sometimes accompanies this phase. When you slow down, fewer people understand you. When you become selective, fewer people have access. When you prioritize depth, surface-level connections fade. That loneliness is not rejection, it is refinement. God often isolates those he intends to entrust. Anointed one, do not rush to fill the quiet. Do not seek noise to validate progress. Quiet is where precision is born. Quiet is where discernment sharpens. Quiet is where God recalibrates your vision without interruption. If you have felt a growing sense of seriousness about your life, your decisions and your calling, that is not heaviness. That is gravity. Gravity forms around things with mass. You are becoming someone whose presence carries weight, and weight requires steadiness. Chosen one, understand this. You are not becoming wealthy so you can rest from responsibility. You are becoming responsible so wealth can rest on you. That reversal is everything. It changes how you pray. It changes how you build. It changes how you move. Stay faithful to what you have been shown. Stay committed to order. Stay patient with the process. You are not circling the promise. You are aligning with it. And alignment always precedes arrival. What is being formed in you right now will outlast trends, cycles, and noise. And when the increase comes, it will recognize you, not because you chased it, but because you became ready for it. Chosen one. This is the phase where heaven begins to trust you with visibility. Not attention for ego, but exposure for assignment. Visibility is not given when you are impressive. It is given when you are stable. When God knows that what grows around you will not distort what lives within you. Many people want influence without insulation, but influence without insulation will hollow you out. God has been insulating you. Anointed one. I want to tell you something that took me years to understand. The real measure of readiness is not how much you can build when things are calm, but how you respond when pressure returns. Pressure always comes back, not to break you, but to verify what has changed. When pressure returned after my recalibration, I noticed something different. I didn't panic. I didn't scramble. I didn't reach for old habits. I slowed down, assessed, and responded. That response told me the transformation was real. Chosen. One, transformation is not emotional. It is behavioral. It shows up in how you decide under stress, how you speak when numbers fluctuate, how you treat people when leverage shifts, how you protect your peace when opportunity knocks loudly. These moments are small, but they are sacred. They are where heaven takes notes. There was a time when every dip felt like a threat. Every delay felt like danger. But now dips became data. Delays became direction. Silence became instruction. This is the difference between someone chasing money and someone stewarding increase. Chasing makes you reactive. Stewarding makes you responsive. God trusts those who respond, not those who react. Anointed one, as this trust develops, your intuition sharpens. You no longer need constant confirmation from others. You feel alignment in your body before you see it on paper. You sense when something is off, even if it looks perfect externally. This is not mysticism. This is experience combined with spiritual sensitivity. You earned this discernment by staying present through correction instead of numbing yourself with distraction. Chosen one. This plan from God does not remove challenges. It changes how challenges arrive. They become cleaner, clearer, less dramatic. Problems still exist, but they no longer feel personal. They feel solvable. That shift is maturity. When you stop taking resistance as rejection, you stop bleeding energy into unnecessary battles. I remember facing decisions that would have overwhelmed the old version of me. Larger numbers, higher stakes, more eyes watching. But instead of shrinking or posturing, I found myself grounded, calm, focused. That calm was not confidence in myself. It was confidence in the process God had walked me through. Confidence built through survival, not slogans. Anointed One. I want to speak to the moment when resources begin to return, not all at once, but steadily. When flow becomes predictable again. When stability replaces volatility. When growth feels earned, not borrowed. This is where gratitude deepens. Not the loud gratitude of celebration, but the quiet gratitude of relief. Relief that you did not lose yourself. Relief that you did not sacrifice integrity for speed. Relief that you listened when God slowed you down. Chosen One. There is a humility that settles in this phase. You no longer talk as much. You observe more. You build quietly. You let results speak. That humility is not weakness. It is confidence refined. It is knowing you don't need to announce what God is establishing. As things stabilize, you may notice something unexpected. Your influence expands without effort. People seek your perspective. They trust your judgment. They sense something steady about you. That steadiness is magnetic. It is rare, and it comes only from those who have been broken and rebuilt with intention. Anointed One. This is also where your relationship with God changes. Not because you pray less, but because you listen more. Prayer becomes less about asking and more about aligning. You are no longer begging for outcomes. You are asking for accuracy. Accuracy in timing. Accuracy in decisions. Accuracy in partnerships. God honors that posture. Chosen One. If you look back now, you will see that nothing was wasted. Not the losses. Not the delays, not the humiliation, not the confusion. Every moment shaped your capacity. Every mistake trained your discernment. Every setback burned away illusions. You are not standing here by luck. You are standing here by formation. I want to address the lingering fear that sometimes whispers, "What if it all falls apart again?" That fear is understandable, but it no longer gets to lead. Experience has taught you that collapse is survivable, but misalignment is costly. You now know how to rebuild. You know how to slow down. You know how to listen. That knowledge is security. Anointed One. This is why the plan from God works. Not because it guarantees money, but because it guarantees you will be able to handle whatever arrives. God does not promise ease. He promises equipping. And you have been equipped. As visibility increases, as responsibility expands, you will notice a deeper sense of calling settle in. You are no longer doing this for proof. You are doing it for purpose. That purpose stabilizes you when applause fades and criticism rises. Purpose keeps you steady when others sway. Chosen. One, remember this: the goal was never $10 million. The goal was to become the kind of person who could steward $10 million without losing alignment, peace, or identity. Money is simply the evidence. The transformation is the miracle. If heaven is increasing your territory now, it is because your internal borders are strong. If opportunities are returning, it is because discernment is guarding the gate. If momentum feels different, it is because it is now rooted, not rushed. Stay anchored, stay observant, stay obedient. You are not at the mercy of cycles anymore. You understand them. You are not intimidated by pressure anymore. You are trained by it. Chosen One, what God establishes next will not need to be rescued. It will be sustained. And what is sustained becomes legacy. Chosen One, as this word comes to rest, receive this with reverence. Nothing you have heard today was released casually. Heaven has already begun the transfer, not just of resources, but of clarity, discipline, and authority. You are standing in your Kairos moment, the exact timing written for you, where preparation meets release and obedience meets provision. What God has ordered for you will arrive in order, and it will not overwhelm you. It will establish you. Anointed One, The plan you have received is not meant to rush you, but to anchor you. Remain faithful to alignment. Remain committed to focus. Remain grateful even before manifestation, because gratitude signals readiness. What is coming will not require striving, it will respond to stewardship. I speak peace over your decisions, wisdom over your timing, and protection over everything entrusted to your hands. May you move forward without fear, without comparison, and without hesitation. Heaven is backing what you are building, and nothing aligned with God's order will fail. If this word resonated with your spirit, stay connected. Subscribe as an act of alignment, not obligation. Comment 777 to seal agreement and share your city below as a testimony of where this anointing found you. Go forward, chosen one, with humility, focus, and expectation. What is next is already in motion.